There are some things that people need to be wary of out here in this world, especially people. There are a lot of vipers, there are a lot of leeches, there are a lot of vampires out there, and there are a lot of people that come in your life for different reasons. And if you're not careful, you'll let the wrong ones in. And during my lifetime, I've seen the most evil people with the vindictive plans always come with a smile and bearing gifts. That's been my experience. So you have to be careful. I've learned that when you first meet people as well, that just because you have a good time with them, just because everything goes well with them, just because y'all conversations, y'all quote unquote click and y'all on the same, does not mean that you are to get with the person and continue on. Just because I don't care if it's even in a church situation to where you meet people and gather together and y'all conversations are well and y'all are like all these things are just everything just going right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times what I have learned is that a lot of things is thrown at you that way to basically make you discombobulated, to confuse you. Because I've learned in situations like that, and I'm not saying everybody's life is like this, but I know for me, in my experience, when I have experienced that, and I call it a whirlwind, it's almost kind of like a whirlwind romance, whether it's physically and also and it can be with friends. It don't have to be a romantic type relationship. That's why I call it a whirlwind. Everything is so fast and it seems so good and so fun, and those be the main people who backbite you for different reasons, because everything is just so fast and at once. Y'all are besties right off, y'all are best friends, y'all are like all these things right off, or people want to call you their daughter, their you're their child, like all kind of things, just weird, you know what I'm saying, like all kinds of things. And honestly, at that point in time, you really don't think about it. So you need to protect yourself from people like that, because these people are leeches. These people are vipers. These people are all these things because they're used to the whirlwind type things. And a lot of people are actually preying on people to cause their downfall, because they know a lot of times people don't have no one to talk to. They don't have friends. They by themselves, or they like all types of situations that's going on. So they kind of like lure you in with all these nice gestures and being fun and want to hang out and want to do all these things, and come to lo and find out that behind your back the whole time they were backstabbing you. They was betraying you. They was talking about you. They was plotting and planning against you the whole time. And you're thinking that it was going so great, but honestly it wasn't. So that's why you have to be careful and learn to take things slow. Even friendships, slow, slow. Because the worst ones I've learned is when they come in like a whirlwind and try to take over. It's like it's taken over. You have to learn to step back, and even though it may feel good at that moment, you have to not go by feelings. You have to assess the situation and allow God to speak to you. And it doesn't matter what people say. It doesn't matter what feelings you going by at that moment, because it may feel good to talk to somebody and you haven't talked to nobody in a very long time, and all these things. But there will be certain things during that conversation that will be red flags as well that you need to pay attention to, because there are people who come into your life for seasons, for just brief meetings, for you to impart things upon them, and even for them to impart something to you. You just have to be wise about what it is. Sometimes we make temporary situations long term. And that's where the problem lies. That's why so much things happen. And even those people, let's just say the enemy sent them. God can take any situation where the enemy sends people to you and turn around for his own good. And a lot of times God may want you to let them know something, and they would think about it, but it doesn't mean that for you to actually develop a friendship or relationship with them. So that's something to actually think about. It's something that was just temporary. You just meeting and crossing paths, and that's just it. So just pay attention to a lot of things, because there are people out there whose intentions are not so well. Is not so good. I know there's people out there who don't come across this, but I'm talking about the people who do. Be mindful and don't be naive to people when they're coming in like that. I always want to be, and trying to like come in like a whirlwind and buy you things, and always trying to, because it ends in tragic. tragic results tragedy. And like I said, I've learned that people like that try to destroy you.